Although motorcycles are more fuel efficient, producing less carbon dioxide than a normal car, they tend to produce 3 times more of carbon monoxide and 16 times more hydrocarbons from the chemical reactions. And Japanese, German, and Italian brands are on the watch list for these emissions as it's quite high. With these huge amounts of chemical pollutants such as carbon monoxide being released into the atmosphere, it is very lethal to the atmosphere, as the abundance of them creates tropospheric ozone, overall affecting the atmosphere and increasing global warming, as tropospheric ozone is very lethal to the ozone layer and can affect it tremendously. So one of the emissions that can have a very lethal effect is carbon monoxide, as when exposed to high areas of carbon monoxide or prolonged periods of time, the carbon monoxide can be inhaled into your body, which can replace the oxygen in your red blood cells. Now, what this does exactly will be, as mentioned before, this toxic chemical can then replace the oxygen in your red blood cells, and when this happens, it can lead to severe organ failure and effect on muscle tissues, as those muscle tissues and organs aren't getting the actual oxygen they need, instead are receiving a toxic chemical that affects them detrimentally. Quantitative accuracy can be very important when attempting to calculate maximum emissions allowed from motorcycles, as when calculating in huge quantities, no sort of calculation mistake can be made. Otherwise, it will lead to more emissions being released than necessary, causing detrimental effects.